Excellent. And we are coming to sit in Vajrasana. Now, keep your little cushions handy because Vajrasana is the thunderbolt, not not a posture that we will use every day, but we're going to make fists with our hands, holding our elbows, our thumb, and wrapping the other fingers around it. Simply just either sitting on cross-legged position or on Vajrasana. We're going to bring our fist somewhere close by and just stack the chin. Going to work on our breath. We're going to guide ourselves through 3 to 5 deep, long, yogic full breath from the abdomen to the chest. And on the next inhalation, opening our eyes, bringing our wrists in front, moving into simple wrist rotations. As we exhale, those wrists come off to the sides of the fist. And as we inhale, they come up the midline. Exhale down, inhale up. Beautiful. Trying to isolate that movement just to the joint of the wrist, the elbow and the shoulders relax and immobile as much as possible. Making the wrist nice and high on the inhalation and turning them down, going in the opposite sense. Always matching our breath cycle to the movement. Beautiful. And we're going to bring our hands to center of the chest. Moving in the circle of joy. A couple of options with the sitting. You are more than welcome to come to a cross-legged position if that's more comfortable. Otherwise, Vajrasana on the next inhalation. Bringing the arms out wide, looking up, transferring our warm-up to the neck. And as you exhale, bringing the arms off to the sides, allowing for the fingers to interlock behind. From here, we just squeeze those shoulder blades together, opening through the chest. And as we exhale, folding forward, leading with the abdomen first, and then the chest. Use the strength of the hands to lift up on the inhalation. And as you exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Beautiful. Take a nice pause here. Just going to take a big, deep breath in and out. I'm going to mute some of our mics as well. So going with your own flow, as you inhale this time, interlocking the fingers together, bringing the elbows off to the sides. And as you exhale, turn the palms out, round through the spine, and push the floor away. What we're looking for here is a really, really C-shaped back. Good. Push, push, push. And as you inhale, bring the spine up to the vertical, lift through the spine, lift through the crown of the head, tuck the chin in. A little funny one, as you exhale, we're going to imagine we're on a horse and we're going to slide off the horse. So slide the hips to one side, and at the same time, feeling the stretch towards the other side. The whole side of the torso stretched out. As you inhale, hop back into your horse, on your horse, and really feel the lift. As you exhale, get off the horse again and just slide to the side, feeling the stretch on the side of the torso. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, allow for the hands all the way down, interlocking behind as you squeeze the shoulder blades together, looking up perhaps. And as you exhale, first the abdomen, then the chest, and followed by the chin. Use the strength of the hands as you come all the way up, circle of joy. And as you exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Interlocking the fingers, separate the elbows wide. Exhale as you turn the palms out, round through the spine. Feel the holding of that exhalation, that internal and external retention. As you inhale, lift all the way up to the vertical, slide off to one side. As you exhale, and just lean over like a swaying palm tree. As you inhale, hop back onto your horsey. Good. And as you exhale, slide off the saddle, leaning over, really feeling that space between the hip and the armpit. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you come all the way to the side. Interlock the fingers. And by the way, you can do this one also. If it's too much, you can do it just on the knees. Otherwise, forehead to the floor. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, hands to the center of the chest. So Kurt, if it gets too much, you're more than welcome to come into the knees, buddy, for the last and final round. Inhale, interlock the fingers. Otherwise, most of us can stay in Vajrasana. Exhale as you round through the spine. Push the floor away like you're inside a bubble. As you inhale, coming all the way up. As you exhale, leaning over to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale as you allow for the hands to fall behind. Squeeze the shoulder blades like you've got a little lime there, ready for your cocktails. And as you exhale, fold forward, just letting that back be flexible. As you inhale, come all the way up. And as you exhale, hands come to the center of the chest. We're coming to the very end or back of our mat. Moving into a salute to the earth flow. So take a nice inhalation as you bring the arms up, lift up into the knees and arch it back. As you exhale, engage your abdomen, your pelvic floor, and slowly the arms are alongside the ears as you connect your forehead to the floor. Take a nice exhalation as you roll the spine up, tuck the chin in, and roll the spine up one vertebra at a time. Hands come behind the back, push up into the knees. And exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, coming all the way up. Moving from your Manipura, your navel center as you exhale, coming all the way to the floor. Roll the spine up, tucking the chin in, hands come behind the lower back as you lift up into the knees. Open through the chest, and as you exhale, hands to the center of the chest. One more simple, powerful flow as you salute the earth above. As you exhale, you bow in appreciation. The chin tucks to the chest as you roll the spine up, keeping the chin tucked until the last moment. Push it up on the inhalation. And as you exhale, hands come to the center of the chest. This time we add a little mountain to it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale as you fold. Move from your navel. Pelvic floor also engaged. From here, rolling cat as you come into all fours. Rounded, rounded, rounded. Continue to inhale through your extension. Now you're looking up, tucking the toes, and then lifting the buttocks up into your mountain pose. Hold and retain the exhalation. This is called retention of the exhalation or outer kumbhaka. Hold it as you bring the knees to the floor and then back into child's pose. Once again, roll the spine up. Hands come behind the lower back and lift up. Propel yourself up like you're bursting from a bubble upwards. Inhale, coming back down. Take a nice inhalation, arms up, lifting up into the knees. As you exhale, forehead to the floor. Round the cat as you inhale, roll from the flexion to the extension. Tuck the toes. Now you have a straight back. Now we're going to add the lift of a leg. So we start off with the right leg. Right heel kicks the ceiling, but let's just feel into our hips, that the hips are not rolling over to one side, but they stay center, even if it means our foot has to come down. This engages through the glutes. Now look at the space between the hands, planting the right foot in between the hands. And as you exhale, drop the left knee on the floor. Take a nice inhalation, coming up into half moon. And as you exhale, one full motion into your mountain pose. Drop the knees, bring the forehead to the floor, tuck the chin and round the spine all the way up. Push up in the inhalation. And as you exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, arms up. Moving from your navel, your pelvic floor as you connect the forehead with the floor. Rolling cat as you inhale, flexion and extension. Exhale as you tuck the toes, lift up into your mountain. Hold and retain your kumbhaka here. Left foot goes back. Really lift it up, but at the same time, your hips are squared. You'll notice the left hip wants to do that, turn. That's not what the pose is. So exhale, push into the hands, engage your glutes, center your hips, and then lift through the heel a little. Look at the space between the hands, planting the left foot in between the hands. Good. Right knee on the floor. Inhale, lift up, half moon. And as you exhale, hands come down. Step it back into your mountain. Hold the breath out, knees to the floor, forehead to the floor. Roll the spine as you tuck the chin and hands behind. Inhale, propel yourself up. Push the hips forward. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Rolling cat on the inhalation. Mountain on the exhalation. Transferring into swan. So lifting your right foot. Look at the space between the hands, and this time bring your knee to the right wrist and just move into your swan. We're going to stretch the hands, the quads here. So bring your right hand in the middle. Your right foot could be either under your pubic bone or a little bit to the side to match the short edge of the mat, knee, somewhere parallel there. So with your right hand in the middle, bend your left extended knee and grab a hold of your foot. Take a nice inhalation as you look up, and a nice exhalation as you feel the stretch through the front of the leg. The exhalation a little longer than the in. Good. Release that foot. Plant both your hands in front, so either side of the knee, and tuck the toes as you lift back into your mountain. Kick the right leg up, square through the hips, push the floor away with the hands, and exhale, drop the right leg. Gonna hold the mountain here for one recovery breath in and out. Left leg this time, coming up, squaring the hips, push the hands away, feel the length from the wrist to the back heel. Look at the space between the hands and move into your swan. So left wrist to the left knee, or rather knee to the wrist. Your foot can be either behind your pubic bone or to the side. Get settled in your swan. Really shine through your collarbones here. You might create a little bit of space for your hips. And at your own time, your left hand in the middle. Lift and kick the right foot. Grab a hold of the foot. You might come into your fingertips maybe as you exhale, deepening into the stretch. Inhale, perhaps release the foot back, open through the chest, and as you exhale, bring that foot a little bit in. Beautiful stretch. Good. Release the foot. Hands come to either side, and as you exhale, kick the left foot behind, square through the hips, engage through the glutes. Exhale, lower the left foot. Press into your mountain. We're going to hold into our mountain. If you need to come into your cats or your cows, this is absolutely fine. Otherwise, transferring your breath to Ujjayi at the base of the throat. And every time we talk about the throat chakra, we're talking about purification here in Vishuddhi. Long and smooth is the breath at the throat, making that contraction through the throat and the glottis. At the same time, actively use all your muscles in your back. Do not sink and sag through the navel or the pelvic floor. But rather use your traps and your lats and all the muscles in the front and back of the torso. Those little guys underneath the armpits, we're using them as well. Get 4 more Ujjayi breaths to go. And exhale, bring in the knees to the floor. Take a nice inhalation as you look up into your cat. And as you exhale, bring the buttocks into Vajrasana once again. Hands come to the center of the chest. Pause in here with our neutral spine. Filling into the area of the back, shoulders, and chest, which we have been stimulating with the flow. Notice for any signs prana distributing, moving through the body, little tingling sensations or warmth. Just absorb and observe. And on the next exhalation, coming off to the side of your horsey once again, stretching those legs forward, and we're transitioning into Kandarasana, our bridge pose. So just lying down on your mat, bending your knees and making sure there's enough room above your head. This is going to be extending our Kandarasana. Kandarasana is the bridge pose or the shoulder pose. So hello, hello, we're still going and expanding through the shoulders. Hands that come to the sides of the hips. And as we inhale, lift, lengthening the tailbone down towards the heels first, and then lift the hips off the floor. Really start to engage through the thighs that you just stretched on your swan. We're now going to be making good use of them. Start to engage through the thighs and the glutes. And as you exhale, just lower it down. This time we're going to bring the breath to Ujjayi once again. Breath to the throat as we inhale. Lift up. Continue your Ujjayi breath as you lift the arms up above the head. Think of your Ujjayi or throat breath. You're squeezing through the glutes, engaging the hips, engaging the thighs. And as you exhale, long with smooth with your Ujjayi until the hips and the hands reach the floor simultaneously. Lengthen the tail down first. Press the lower back into the floor and then lift and start to feel the spine of the floor. Ujjayi breath on the throat. Speak of that inhalation just to hold the breath at the throat, Vishuddhi. And then releasing it down so that the hands and the hips can touch the floor simultaneously. Continue to flow like this in your own pace. Remember to lengthen through the spine. At the flow of the arms. And try to kiss the sky with your hip bones. Final kumbhaka inner retention at the peak. Let's do that twice more. We're going to hold the pose here. With your arms, you're going to send them off to the sides until they come back to the sides of the hips, or they might even interlock. You may even interlock those fingers underneath your hips by rocking onto the elbows, getting those elbows nice and close together so you're now lifting through. As you press your hands into the floor, you lift through the hips a little more and really engage your glutes here. Engage through the navel and the pelvic floor. Lift the right leg off the floor, perpendicular. And as you exhale, push. Try to touch the ceiling with the foot. And as you do that, you're engaging through the left glute. Inhale, release a little low. And as you exhale, push into that left foot. Try to touch the ceiling. Glutes engaged. Spine and abdomen engaged. Inhale, release a little low. Exhale, push it up. Press into those hands. Hold. And then lowering that right foot. Press into both your feet to lift through the hips. Transfer the weight into the right. Lift and float the left foot off the floor. Engage through the right glute, navel, and pelvic floor. As you exhale, push it up. Inhale, release it a little low. Twice more. On the exhalation, feel that your glute is lifting you through. You may even still have the ujjayi going on here. Lift foot down, pressing to both your feet. 3 recovery ujjayi breaths. Ready or not, transfer the weight into the left foot, right leg up. Exhale, push into the foot, lift. Inhale, release a little. Exhale, push, try to touch the ceiling. One more time. Lower the foot, hips up, left foot up, inhale. Exhale, push. Inhale, release. Twice more. Lower the left foot. 3 recovery ujjayi breaths. Inhale to try and touch and reach the ceiling with the hip bones. Release the hands and exhale, lowering the hips all the way down. Release the legs into Shavasana and pause here for a few long, well-deserved abdominal breaths. Almost feels like nothing else exists other than that breath at the abdomen. Navel rising as you expand on the inhalation. And the navel falls as you release and let go. Notice your prana. Purification through these practices. And we're going to come into a tabletop. So we're going to press into the elbows and come up into a seated position now. Bending the knees. We're coming into a tabletop from the other angle. So the fingers are pointing towards the feet. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift to the center of the chest as you engage your navel and your pelvic floor. On the next inhalation, reach up with the hips and try to have your thighs parallel to the floor. As you exhale, lowering the buttocks down to the ground. Now you know the drill. If you need to modify and open, do that. Squeeze through the chest, engage through the navel and lift up. As we exhale, some of us are going to keep it dynamic and some are going to hold it. Now, if you're holding it, make your neck an extension of your spine, whatever that means to you. So we're not sinking in. Just do whatever position will feel like you're most protected, even chin tucked or sending the ears back. Whatever you are in this pose, continue to contract through the pelvic floor. Bring your awareness to the navel. This is the storehouse of your prana, your solar plexus. So allow it to be distributed through all the body systems from this point, navel center. This is where you draw your determination, your willpower. This is what keeps you bringing your presence into these classes. Take a nice inhalation as you push up, and a full exhalation as you come down. We're going to come into a seated position. We're going to let go momentarily, pause in here for about 4 breaths. Spine in neutral. And ready or not, coming into a squat so that we can transition up. Coming into a squat for now, lifting through the center of the chest, dynamic energy pose. Choose a drishti or a point that doesn't move and lift your arms up. As you do this, what's happening with your pelvic floor? Contract it. Feel the strength through the core, and at your own time, keep your eyes connected as you come all the way up into a balance. We're going to keep the heels off the floor as you float the hands down. And then eventually bringing the heels all the way down. Excellent work, guys. This is what we came here for. We're going to do some sun salutes. And as we do our sun salutes, we're going to be jumping around, bringing that Manipura fire into it. So little variation. Instead of going left and right, we're going to jump into planks and then jump back. So let's see if we can stay with the flow, but mainly do whatever it takes to keep your breath happening. So on the next inhalation, arms come nice and high. As you inhale or hold that inhalation, you may even extend it back a little. Come up to the vertical. Keep the hands parallel alongside the ears as you stay connected with that Manipura energy from the navel. And then bend the knees this time. Jump the feet back into a plank. And as you hold your inhalation here, just really feel like you're activating through the legs, the back, and the navel as well. The whole body is working, especially those muscles in the back. We're going to take a very slow exhalation here. So exhale very slowly. And as you hold that exhalation, bend the elbows and come slowly down as you can. As you inhale, lift up into your cobra. And as you exhale, transfer into your mountain pose. Bend the knees, look at the space between the hands, and then jump your feet all the way where they came from, coming into a folding forward. Now the arms come out, bring the arms alongside the ears, and then propel your body up from your navel all the way. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Beautiful work. Inhale, arms up. Start to engage through the pelvic floor and the navel as you come through the 90 degrees first and then all the way down. Bend the knees. Inhale into your plank. Hold that inhalation as you stabilize yourself. So keep your tail down towards the heels as you lift through the pelvic floor. Exhale very slowly as you hold this. And as you hold and retain the air out, then bending the knee and elbows coming down. Inhale through your cobra, nice lift. And as you exhale, come to the tabletop or all the way into your mountain. Hold the breath here, bend the knees. And then inhale as you hop forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms out. Continue to inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, arms out. Exhale as you fold. Hold that exhalation as you jump into your plank. Inhale, push the floor away. Activate the back of the legs, the glutes, navel, pelvic floor, and all your back muscles. Make the neck an extension of your spine as you exhale fully. Hold the exhalation as you bend the elbows. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, mountain. Retain that exhalation here as you hop forward, arms out, and then a full inhalation, going all the way up, and exhalation to the center of the chest. We're gonna do the next three without me talking because I need my prana as well. So take a nice inhalation together, a full exhalation. I'm only gonna tell you about the breath. Inhale, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, stay. Slowly retain the exhalation as you lower. Inhale, exhale, retain. Arms out, inhale, and exhale. In, out, retain, in, out, hold, breathe in, lower, in, out, hold the breath and jump, arms out, out, in, out, hold, in, out, lower, in, out, hold the breath, jump, in, and out. Pause in here. Getting that heartbeat back to its ever-present cool rhythm as we feel the inhalations coming in and out through the center of the chest here. It is when we pause, that we actually allow for that distribution to happen through all the systems, not just the circulatory, but the respiratory, the endocrine, and the nervous systems. Three more deep breaths. See if you can feel it coming in and out through the center of the chest. On the next inhalation, gently opening the eyes. We're getting set up for our Trikonasana, our triangle pose. So we use the length of the mat for this one. So stepping sideways on your mat. Going to turn your right foot out 90 degrees so that it's now facing the short edge of the mat, and your back foot's coming slightly in about 20 degrees. Bring the hands to the hips, and we're going to send both your hips to one side, really feeling the stretch through the inside of the thigh. And as you exhale, send the hips to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale as you send your hips towards the back foot. Float your arms. And as you exhale, start to lean forward as far as you can. When you've reached as much as you can, you simply let that front hand fall either below or on top of the knee, not on the actual knee itself. Bring the other hand to your hip and spiral center of the chest, nice and up. Trikonasana. Triangle exists between the two legs, one, the other arm extended, two triangles, and the other arm folded. From here, bend into that front knee and start to place your right hand by the foot. You may stay here if that's okay for you. Otherwise, you're going to choose your drishti or a point that doesn't move. You're going to imagine what's going to take to bring the back foot off the floor. Keep your eyes connected at all times, and when you can, just pressing to the hand and start to lift your back foot. You may stay here with your hand on the hip. As you exhale, just feel the steadiness through the standing leg. Inhale, and as you exhale, float the leg back. Bring your hand back to the hips and square the hips to the short edge of the mat. Good, well done. We're going to try the other side. That was our practice round as well. So other side, left foot out 90 degrees, back foot in 20 degrees. Start to rock your hips, one side first, other side after that. Lock them towards the back hip and float your arms. Good work. Kurt, you might want to be on the long side of the mat. Anyway, on the next exhalation, reach as if you're trying to tackle or tickle. Good. Reach as far as you can, dropping your hand to either below or on top of the knee. The other hand can fold into the hip and really feel into the center of the chest, spiraling up. Good. Feel the stretch from the back foot to the center of the head and feel the ears also floating on top of your shoulders. Bend that front knee and you can bring that hand as close or further from that foot as you want. Keep your eyes connected with the spot on the floor. Engage through the muscle group you need so that you can float that leg off the floor. Exhale as you stabilize through the standing leg and keep the extended leg active as well. Standing star. As you exhale, floating that foot back, leaning into it, and coming all the way up, stretching through the leg, and then either jump or heel toe your feet together. Woo! Nice, very, very good. Energy is high like the stars. That's why we're doing it. Gonna move into the warrior sequence. So this is a flowing type of balancing pose. I find it one of my favorites, really. So we're going to bring all of our body. I'll demonstrate it first. We're going to lift the arms, bend that foot. And as we exhale, kicking that leg forward, lowering the hand. And then we're going to swing that leg back. It's really important that our hips stay squared rather than rolling. Okay? So let's give it a nice go. Let's bring all of our body weight into the right leg. As you exhale, lift the left leg off the floor and the arms up. As you exhale, kick that leg forward, lowering the hand so that they can be placed by the hips. And from here, just start to lean forward as you kick the leg behind. Feel into your hips, square them down or up or square them all together. And as you exhale, coming all the way into your standing pose. Moving into the other side, take a nice inhalation, lifting up. Your hands, your eyes stay connected at all times. As you exhale, kick the leg forward, lowering the hands. As you inhale, push the heel back, bringing the chest parallel to the floor. And as you exhale, bringing the body up into your upright position. Working with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Planting your foot to body weight. Inhale. Arms and leg up. From your pelvic floor and your navel, exhale. Really try and touch the ceiling with that front toe. Inhale. Try to touch the ceiling with the back heel, but keep your hips squared. And as you exhale, all the way back to the vertical. Final side, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Those legs are nice. Nice shake. Pat yourself on the back. You've done it. Your asanas are all complete. We're coming to do a little bit of breathing now. Fantastic prana champions I've got here with me today. It's hard to keep up with you. Whew. Geez, I have to keep making this classes harder and harder. I can't even I can't even follow myself. Good work, guys. All right, we're gonna do two techniques today. We're gonna do the 18 count breath, which is an extension of our 9 count breath. Again, we're working with that inhalation, holding the inhalation. Then we're going to exhale from the abdomen, quite forcefully like that, and hold the exhalation as well. From there, we're moving into Nadi Shodhana, alternating through the nostrils. And at the end of it all, we have a concentration technique, also known as a meditation technique, called Anuloma Viloma, which allows us to basically do Nadi Shodhana but without the hands. So it's going to be all mental, inhaling and imagining the breath is coming in through the left nostril, and exhaling, imagining it's coming out of the right. Of course, we know it comes through both, but we visualize it as solely from one side or the other. So let's come into a very nice, grounding, comfortable, stable seated position. We do this by having a little lift underneath the hips. And we do this by feeling into a very straight spine. So really feeling into the very base of that spine, that tail. Feeling to the top of the spine between the ears. As you feel into these 2 points, your spine will naturally realign. Going to bring the shoulders up towards the ears and back. And then the chin. We're going to tuck it in a little, but also keeping the ears back on top of the 2 shoulders. There you go. Grounding through the exhalation. Make your whole body now so stiff, like a rock. It's hardly going to move from now on. You're all energy, so you don't need to move that silly food body anymore. Let's take a nice inhalation together. Full from the abdomen, in the chest. Retain it momentarily and then exhale it all out from the chest to the abdomen. Retain the air out. We start our 18 count breath. Inhaling into the abdomen for 1, to the lower back for 2, to the chest for 3, and the back of the shoulders 4. Retain the air in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out for 13 and 14. Forcefully through the diaphragm and hold it for 17, 18. Inhale into the abdomen, 1, lower back, 2, chest, 3, upper back, 4. Hold the breath in, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out, 13 and 14. Retain the air for 16, 17, 18. Abdomen and lower back for 1 and 2. Chest and shoulders 3 and 4. Retain the air 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out, 13, 14. Retain 15, 16, 17, 18. Abdomen 1, lower back 2, chest 3, shoulders 4, retain 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out, 13, 14, retain 15, 16, 17, 18. Continue at your own pace. And if this is too much, feel free to come back to the 9 count breath. Completing the round at your own, and a final one after that. Another round after this. Without any rush to complete your rounds, moving into our second technique. And if you need to modify your posture, reshuffle and resettle, this is a good opportunity to do so. So make yourself as comfortable as you can be, as we're going to be seated for another 12 or so minutes. If you need to move to the wall or anything like that, be as kind and benevolent as you can be. Set yourself up for success. Otherwise, bring in the index finger and middle fingers of the right hand to the eyebrow seam. We'll regulate the flow of breath on the right nostril with the thumb. So blocking the thumb now, the right nostril with the thumb, but doing so subtly and gently that you're not obstructing or changing or over pressing on that bone on the nose. Take a soft exhalation through the lips. Feel free to bring the other hand for support. And then as mindfully as softly as possible, inhale through the lips. Block both your nostrils as you retain the air in. Releasing through the right and exhaling out through the right. Make this soft and quiet. Inhaling through the right, blocking both your nostrils, releasing out through the left. This completes our first round. We bring in a count of or a unit. So inhaling for the count of 1, 2, 3. That's our unit. Block both your nostrils for the count of 3, 4, 5, and 6. Release the breath out for the count of 3, 4, 5, and 6. In through the right for 3. Hold and repeat. Out through the left for 6. Completes our third round, continuing at your own pace. Feel free to modify your units or your count to 4, 8, 8 or 5, 10, 10. However, be mindful that the purpose and focus is to keep the breath as smooth and relaxed as possible. Making this round that you're on your last. And the round finishes when you exhale through the left nostril. If your rounds are complete, your hands travel back to the legs. Feeling into that natural, spontaneous breath once again. Feeling into the balancing effects of Nadi Shodhana, also purifying your nadis or channels. Make the breath soft and bring into your practice a very steady seated position. Make any adjustments that you need to now so that you can remain still for the next 6 to 7 minutes. We now move into our meditation or concentration technique, Analoma Viloma. Exhaling through both nostrils softly until you run out of air. We start to imagine that we inhale through the left nostril, directing the breath into the eyebrow center. And as we exhale, we imagine the breath traveling from the eyebrow center to the right nostril. Breath stays very smooth as we inhale through the right nostril, directing it into the point between the eyebrows. As we exhale from this point, we leak the breath out through the left nostril fully and kindly. Then through both nostrils simultaneously, We feel the breath coming in, joining at the point in between the eyebrows, like an inverted V shape. And then we leak and release the breath evenly from this point to the nostrils. This completes our first round. Softly inhaling through the left nostril, exhaling out through the right, in through the right, out through the left, in through both, out through both. Anuloma Vuloma. Continue guiding yourself. Develop the deep understanding of the technique, alternating from left to right, right to left, in through both, and out through both. Keep practicing. Completing the round that you're on in a final round after that. The round ends when we exhale through both nostrils. Wherever you are in your technique, letting go of this now by exhaling through the nostrils fully. Raise and lift your awareness to the Shirakash. This is the mind space. Look at the space in front of your closed eyes, inside your forehead, and allow for your mind to do anything it wants to do. No longer trying to tame it or getting it to concentrate. Just let your mind be free. Let your mind reveal itself to you in the vast, infinite, limitless space in front of your closed eyes. You may notice thoughts on colors or shapes. Just be present with everything that comes up and be detached. Like you're looking at a sky in the middle of winter, not trying to create or delete, just observing. Take one final look at your Shirakash and your mind space. And on the next exhalation, letting go of the space, letting go of this visualization altogether. Bring your awareness back into the nostrils and feel the flow of breath coming in through the nostrils so that you can expand it through the whole of the airways, to the lungs. Pause at the peak. Deepen your exhalation as you let the breath go, flow, and be released back into the external space around you. Doing that twice more. Continue to bring your awareness into the physical sensations of your inhalation and exhale. Grounding you through the exhalation. Hari Om Tat Sat. Our meditation in asanas are now complete. Gently and kindly opening your eyes, keeping the gaze low. We're going to take the next couple of breaths to bow in appreciation for one another and for making this practices possible, transmittable through the energy of our presence. Hari Om Tat Sat.